Good morning. It's day 14 and the start of a new week, which is a problem because that means that I have another book I haven't finished because I haven't quite finished this one. And this one is only like 313 pages. I should have been able to get this done in a week, but I really didn't spend that much time this past week reading. So I'm carrying this one over, as well as these other two that I started the week before. Well, I started this last year. So this is still going to be on the docket for books I can read once I finish a book off the shelf. This one I have to get done this month because this is for Bookstar read-alongs, and I haven't had any time to read it since I read it last week. This is from my paperback fantasy shelf, from shelf number 7, that I didn't finish. So already going into week 3 with books that I need to read. But I've got a new shelf, so I've got to start reading something different. That's the way this challenge works, and it's kind of painful. So it's okay. I do this to myself because it's fun. It's fun. I swear, it's fun. Okay, so I'm going to do something different for week 3 because for TBR Trail, which I still have only completed one book for. Let's see. Let me find it. Hold on. For TBR Trail, one of the prompts is that I have to do a social scroll. And for this, you're scrolling through some form of social media, be it Goodreads or Instagram. Those are probably my main two that I would do. And the first book that comes up that's on your TBR, or in my case, you own, is going to be the book that you read. What I've decided to do this week is to let the social scroll determine what shelf I'm going to be reading from. So I'm going to scroll through Goodreads, and the very first book that comes up that is a book I own will be the next shelf that I read from. I'll have to read that book because that'll be the book that is for TBR Trail. But then after I finish that book, I can continue on with that same shelf if I finish within that week, because clearly I've been struggling to get much reading done these last couple of weeks. So hopefully this next week will be a productive reading week and I'll get a lot accomplished. But we'll see. Thought it'd be a little fun to do something different, and it gives me an opportunity to finish a book from my TBR Trail because I've only completed one so far. I've only completed the hard prompt. That was a read a book set on the coast, which was my first week's book. It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I'm planning on using this for my magical realism. When I get that done, I'll probably use this one for my free pick. And this one doesn't count for anything. I still need to do a family history one related in some way to your family history because I changed my mind about this one. I'm using this one for magical realism. I still need to do a bookish challenge, which is one of the books off my 45 before 45 list. Let's go ahead and find out what book I'm going to get for my social scroll. Okay, for some reason my computer's not letting me do record screen with Windows Desktop or File Explorer. So I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way and use my phone to film my Goodreads as I scroll. So get ready because the first book that comes up that I own, that's the book that I'm going to be reading, and it's going to determine what shelf I read from. Okay. I don't, oh, this is Master and Margarita. I don't own that. I've read that already. I don't think I own this. I hope not, because that would be horrifying. No, I don't own that. Thank goodness. Yeah, look at that. 1,276 pages. No, thank you. Come on. I do own that. Oh, okay. Well, you know, I have heard such mixed things about this book. So many people dislike it. So many people like it. I'd be curious to see what I think about it. So it looks like we're going to my thriller shelf. Hold on. It's going to be this shelf where I don't know how excited I am to read some of these books, but you know, it's fine. We're starting with The Silent Patient, a thriller. Not what I was expecting at all. But this is going to work for my social scroll. I picked this up probably at a used bookstore. I don't know how I feel about it. I am interested because I think I've heard so much about it and because so many people have talked about this author, good and bad. And I'll be curious to see what I think about this one. I do tend to be a little less discriminating about thriller mystery books because I don't read a lot. I find myself a little less picky about thriller mystery books because of that. So we'll see. We'll see what I think about this one. This is such a creepy cover with this... Yeah, it's a creepy cover. And I am still not feeling super excited about it this week. I don't know what I was hoping for, but I am a little bummed for one that I can't just finish the book that I was working on. But that's okay, because if I get this one done, I can go ahead and pick up these books. I want to finish this one first, and then I need to get to this one. And of course, I want to continue on with Galileo's Daughters. So my goal is to read this as quickly as possible. I mean, you know, still enjoy it, of course, but read it so I can work on some of the books that I've already started on. And then if, by some crazy chance, I am making really good, quick progress on these ones, I could probably pick another book up off that shelf. There's some pretty easy reads on there, especially because I have some of those... Especially because I have this series, which I have started, and it's like this easy, cozy mystery series. I have a lot of paperbacks on here of books that I've gotten from other people. And is there books behind it? No, there's not. And then I've gotten books from like Magda, and this one looked cute. There's some cozy mysteries on here. Some older mystery thrillers. And let's see. I could start listening to that. The Dark Tower by Stephen King, although I don't know where in the series it's best to read this one because a lot of Stephen King's books, they have like Easter eggs for other books. So yeah. And then I am interested in this one. What is this one? I don't even know where I got that one. Yeah, who knows? The Secret History might be interesting. This one I got from a friend, so that would be pretty cool because this is from Carol Van Strum, and my friend Precious got that for me, gave that to me. So yeah, there's a lot of options here. I just thought about something. This is going to work for my standalone prompt for my series staircase for Herkyed. This will work quite well because there's only one book. There's no little, like this one where it had a little follow-up about the cat, thank goodness, which... Oh, I know what cat they're talking about. Okay. There's a cat named Berkeley in that, and I can see why people might have wanted a follow-up. Anyways, this one is definitely a standalone, and I'll have to figure out what else it works for Herkyed. Okay, so here's what I can tell you so far about The Silent Patient. We have a character named Alicia. In the very beginning of this, the prologue is her beginning to write a journal, a diary, about her feelings and things because she's been feeling depressed, and her husband notices, and he suggests she should start writing about how she's feeling. Then the first chapter starts, and you find out that she's killed her husband. So she's an artist. Her husband is also an artist. He's a photographer. 7 years into their marriage, she shoots him. She doesn't talk for years, like 6+ years. And the person we're hearing from, our narrator, is actually a psychotherapist who knows about her story and wants to help her. And so his goal is to go work at the psychiatric ward that she's at and understand what happened with her. Why did she kill her husband? What exactly happened in that moment that caused her to shoot her husband? So that's how it started. And we're learning a little bit about our psychotherapist. He has just arrived at the ward that she's at, and he's just joining the group. And of course, he has had a lot of issues himself. He's become a psychotherapist because he had such a horrible childhood where he was abused physically by his father pretty badly. And so we're learning that a big part of the reason he went to psychotherapy was because psychotherapy saved his life. That's basically the beginning of this book. We are learning a lot about Theo, our psychotherapist, and we learn a teeny bit about Alicia, but not that much at this point. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes. I'm intrigued. I'm interested. And the writing seems all right so far. Nothing overly descriptive at this point with the writing. It's pretty telling what is happening. And yeah, I'm intrigued. Curious what's going to happen. Sometimes we get these weird spots in all the greenery. Like this, where it looks like something big laid in the grass and made the weeds die. So was it Sasquatch sleeping there overnight? Was it a big deer? We don't have any really big deers out here. What exactly caused that to die off all of a sudden, that little area? We've got our own little mystery going on over here. And I've got a new bug bite on my leg. That doesn't feel good. Okay, so already we're finding that our main character Theo, or not main character, I should say, our narrator Theo, is going to be unreliable because he's so hyper-focused on Alicia. He's come specifically because he thinks he can save her, and his perception of her already is that she's this brilliant artist, and she's this woman that all of a sudden when he sees her at this group meeting, he's like, that's not the person I was expecting. I'm so glad I'm here to help her, because this is not at all what I was expecting to find when I came. So he has these preconceived notions about who she is already, about what he expects of her. And that's not good. That's not good for psychotherapy. And that's not good for our therapist staying objective. He's not going to be able to stay objective about this particular patient. And that means that he already has expectations for her. So that's a problem. That's not good psychiatry. And I think that's the intention here. That the intention is that this isn't going to be a good psychotherapist. He's going to be biased. He has ideas of the way he wants this patient to come out of all of this. And it's not about him. It's not supposed to be about him. Look who just arrived. Penny. Hi. Hi.
Yes.
Look what Char has.
What is that?
They have a mirror on them so that when you can keep your head up right while you're reading.
Oh,
Marley. Hi, look at that. Ah. All right. Okay, so Char came over to visit, and she's spending the day with us, and it just so happened that we are dressed exactly the same. Short, black shorts, and a gray top. We're twinsies. Look who's living her most comfortable, best little life right here.
Stop. I'm so sorry, cuz. I'm so sorry.
Char's reading. Can you tell? It looks
No.
like you're just staring straight at
In his face. I can totally see Petty from right here, too.
I love when these two are just the cutest and they lay together. And the reality probably is that Cece was laying here and Isaac's like, but I want to lay there too, so I'm going to make my way in. Or Isaac was laying there and Cece's like, well, I want to lay there, so move over, Isaac. You guys are so cute. You guys are so cute. Yes, you're so cute. Oh. These are good babies. They're good babies. Look at these cute little babies. Okay, I'm getting ready to go to sleep, but I wanted to let you know where I am with The Silent Patient. It's definitely a quick read, so I'm getting through this one very quickly. And I gave myself a lot of time to read today, which was nice. I had a fun day. I spent a good portion of it with Shar. She was hanging out here, and then got to read for a while this evening, and I was editing my video. And then Jordan and Shar came over in the evening and hung out for a while. So we spent quite a bit of time just chatting and having a great evening. And finished my vlog from yesterday, and then just have been reading some more. So I've been spending a very relaxing day, not stressing about anything, which always feels very good. I see how our main psychotherapist character is wildly affected by his own life, and that is affecting how he responds to Alicia, his patient. There are things happening in his own life that are throwing him over the edge a bit. And so seeing how that's going to play out is very interesting. And then, of course, trying to figure out what's going on with Alicia, why exactly she has become this silent person, and what happened that made her kill her husband. Like, what exactly happened there? So that's where I'm at. And, this is one of those books where I won't be able to tell you too much about it because it's a thriller mystery. You don't want to give anything away. But I'll be able to tell you how I feel about it. And right now, I'm enjoying it. It's a intriguing read. It's fun. Fun in the sense that it's, a murder mystery. But, fun in the way you just want to keep reading until you find out what happens. So that's that for now. I'm going to read a little bit more before I go to sleep, but I'm heading to my bed to relax and go to bed. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe so you can see what happens tomorrow. What's happening tomorrow? It's Friday. I do need to get some life stuff accomplished. Looking forward to more reading and updates and telling you how things are going with my reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Have a good night.